Hi guys, welcome to this video. We are here today to do a review of the new Madonna album, Confessions 2. Confessions 2 is the follow-up to the classic 2005 album, Confessions of a Dance Floor. Now, Madonna is obviously a household name. She is a pinnacle of pop. She dominated pop charts in the 80s. She had an undeniable influence on music, politics, and especially fashion, with her fashion being adopted by millions upon millions of women in the 80s, fashioning her looks. This release marks not a evolution of her sound, but perhaps a continuation. And I say that because what we have here is a sequel album. Okay. Usually when an artist puts out an album that was themed and does a sequel to it, what they are looking to do is to tread the ground that they once walked. Now, I don't say that in a derogatory sense at all. Just to say that Madonna has specifically put the branding into this album as to give fans an idea of what to expect sound-wise. And so she has brought out the Confessions of a Dance Floor template again, which was used 20 years ago. And she's also teamed up again with Stuart Price, her producer on that first album, to create what was essentially, in part one, a amalgamation of her ideas on dance music in popular culture, dance music in society, dance music in socio-political stances, and in identity politics. Now, that might seem like quite a deep read for Confessions album, but all of these things are explored in Confessions Part 1. Now, does she do that in this one? Well, yes, she does. She does do that. The track listing, like the first one, is also sequenced in a way that makes it sound like a continuous DJ mix. So all the songs blend into one another, and it is meant to be listened to as a whole set, like you would a DJ set at a club, and that was the concept behind it. So she does the same thing here. Now, I must admit, the first couple of teaser tracks didn't spike my interest that much, although I did really like Bring Your Love. Love Sensation was quite good as well, but it wasn't until I heard the full album that I was able to really appreciate what was going on. And I have to say, I am thoroughly impressed, The songwriting and the production and Madonna's vocals are absolutely brilliant throughout this. We have the opening track, I Feel So Free, with its nods to I Feel Love, Donna Summer. What we have here is we have her spoken word vocals, which she's adopted throughout her career in different projects. This one most closely reminds me of some tracks from her erotica album in the 90s, when she was using influences coming in from the New Jack Swing and the current R&B music that was coming through. Really good. Good for the soul. Great pop banger there. One Step Away, she goes and extends on the disco sound here. Track 4, we've got probably the flagship track off this album with Sabrina Carpenter, Bring Your Love, which I think is probably the best track on the album. That's probably basic to say that, but I think it is. I think it is probably the best track and the most earwormy. Then we have an homage to downtown New York, and namely where her roots were from, called Danceteria. Danceteria is based upon the club that she used to perform at, which was a institute of early 80s New York scene, where she name checks brilliant New York luminaries such as David Byrne, amongst many, many other people that she had known or come across in her tracks in those early days. It's really, really cool. Read My Lips is one of the lesser tracks, I think. I think it's still quite good, but at 4 minutes 46, we're probably leaving that a little bit too long. Having said that, there's really no bad tracks on this album, really. Everything is great. Love Sensation, another brilliant track. As we're going through, there's really not a lot of weak points on this album. A few people have said LES Girl or Les Girl is a weak point on the album and a strange track to finish on, but I think it's a great track to finish on. What Madonna has been able to do here is not so much retread, like I said at the start here, but she is adopting the Confessions era and bringing it into 2026. Production is outstanding. Madonna's vocals are outstanding. The songwriting is brilliant. It is a little over an hour long, but it's not a chore to get through. I think that it's a real testament to Madonna's staying power and her longevity as an artist that she is able to produce a record as good as this late in her career. It's absolutely recommended for Madonna fans, but they've already listened to this. They're all already over it. But for those who have doubts or who are, reluctant to look at this, I highly recommend that you have a listen to it. This is a great album. It's a good dance pop album. It's bringing an EDM house. There's a bit of R&B in there. It's brilliant. Confessions to Madonna. It's a good 8 out of 10 album. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm eager to know what your thoughts on it. Best tracks, worst tracks. Let us know. And I will see you in the next video.